Hey, RetconRaider here, and welcome back to Xenonauts 2 Early Access, Milestone 4? Yeah, we just hit Milestone 4 stable the other day, and I was planning to stick with Milestone 3 for a little while longer, but after starting a poll for the Raiders over on Patreon and the YouTube membership section, it was pretty obvious within the first 24 hours, by a ratio of like 2 to 1, that most of the Raiders wanted to see us make that jump sooner rather than later, so here we are. Pulled an all-nighter. Did my best to rebuild our campaign already in progress. We were only like 90 days in anyway. But given the various balance changes, we are further along in some things, we're less so in others. I'd say we're about 90% accurate, at least on the broad strokes. And then, of course, there are some small but notable differences, such as, for example, we're one interceptor short, but we have 2 extra listening posts. That was a very deliberate change I made, just based on our experience with Milestone 3. That's Latin America and Siberia, respectively. As for our recruits, that's actually something we're slightly farther along on. I believe we are up to 38 recruits as of day 90. That covers pretty much all the special raider requests, since they're the ones, of course, who take priority with this sort of thing. But now we're into the rank and file viewers, so you may well see your name gracing the roster now. Congratulations, you get to die for the glory of the Raiders, whether or not you actually are one. Yay? I've got about a dozen more names on the waiting list, and of course, as always, if you'd like to be a late entry, just let me know in the comments below. Happy to add you. Aside from that, there's our listening posts. The Bug Hunters at Outpost 9 and Cold Storage in Siberia. And by sheer remarkable coincidence, we just happen to have a crashed destroyer and a crashed scout ship, just like we did at the end of episode 12. Squads are already set, so we'll get Phoenix out to that destroyer, now toting their freshly built accelerated shotguns. Looking forward to putting those things through their paces. And then we'll have Exo hit that scout ship. A nice casual training mission. At least in theory. The balance has shifted, so who's to say how things may actually turn out? I will say, in playing through the first 3 months again, they have definitely shuffled some things around on the back end. We were getting some pretty bonkers aliens combos early on. We have not encountered wraiths or servitors yet, but we did encounter another sort of intermediary alien, ones that now seem to man the scout ships, but we'll talk about them if we actually encounter one. I suspect we will, given that we're sending Exo in on a scout ship. Oh yeah, and then cleaners are still off doing their own thing. But yeah. I mean, obviously more to talk about, but we'll touch on it as it actually comes up. Alright, let's see what we got. This is our second destroyer. The first one was actually stocked with... Okay, civilians. Yeah, they seem to be lighter now. They haven't thrown any wraiths or servitors at us. So this is likely a mix of civilians and something else. Civilians do seem to have been sort of reclassified in Milestone 4 as like the brute manual labor and security guard type guys. They're always accompanied by something else, at least from what I've seen thus far. Smaller, more delicate units like Sectons or our other new unit. Let's see if we can neutralize this guy before we get some uncivil civilian-on-civilian violence. Canuck, I'm gonna need your help over here real quick, bud. This might come down to the wire. Nice. And pull. Target still standing. Keep piling it on. I will note that in replaying those first 3 months, I have become a bit more indiscriminate about property damage, which can certainly help, but at the same time is also very much a double-edged sword. Because they do seem to have increased chance for thrown or launched projectiles to stray. Hey, we've got an armed civvy. Hey, bud. Good luck surviving. I will also say civilians are still definitely just headless chickens. They did tweak them ever oh. Civilian 2. Another armored soldier, looks like. But otherwise clear. Hang back. Just hold this side. I'll set some backup, but otherwise our primary focus is guy on left, since he has a much cleaner shot at us. But yeah, civilians. Still dumb. They get shot a lot. They did tweak them ever so slightly, though, in that A, they get to go before enemies now, giving them a chance to run away. They do at least try to move away from clearly visible threats. And B, apparently they've now set it so they will never go onto alien crafts. Nice. Well done, Cancer Man. I'm just going to assume that's a Zodiac thing. Guy's still standing, though, so let's go for the kill. Amartya, what have you got for me here? Nice. Okay, off to a good start. Corner secure, civilian safe. We've got Handgun Harry over there, ready to act as a living compass, pointing us straight towards the nearest hostiles. Which, again, is a bit of a double-edged sword, because while it does give them a chance to move away defensively, it also tends to provoke reaction fire. And there's our threat. That did not sound like it. We've got mantids. Guess I can talk about him now. Oof. And Harry just got shaved. Hey, but he took the mantid with him. That is more than most manage to accomplish. So yes, we now have this new intermediary creature, the mantid, which seems to slot in right between sectons and civilians. They are just as squishy as sectons. They do not have the interplay that sectons have with scions, but they are significantly faster. And they also seem to be much more accurate at range, which has caused a few close calls in my early encounters with them. In a lot of ways, they're essentially the polar opposite of civilians, at least as far as grunts go. They are exceptionally deadly at range for low-end units, but also exceptionally squishy, as opposed to the civilians, who are much more durable, but have a heck of a time landing hits beyond, like, extreme close range. Canuck, buddy? We'll just blame that on the wind. Alright, let's just charge it. I'm actually not too worried about capturing one of these guys. I mean, I will if we get the opportunity, but because they now start showing up so early, I've already got a couple on ice. Ready for research, but not yet in the queue. No chance for a cap here. We'll just take him out. Oof. That is an inauspicious start for our new accelerated shotties. It's cool, though. As always, Amartya's got wall runs back. Let's get a peek on right. Target hasn't really moved around much. Let's see if we can line up a shot here. No, hedgerows in just the wrong spot. We'll take an extra turn to set up. No need to rush it. I mean, I would like to have time to also hit that scout ship, but it's not worth losing a raider over. It also helps that it's a more familiar threat. Mantids are still largely an unknown, but a civilian is very unlikely to hit us from this kind of range. Civvy's on the move, might give us a heads up. Okay. Nice. And Mantid. Wow, we are way closer to the down ship than I thought we were. Oh yeah, this is like a super tiny map. Interesting. Again, that is very much a double-edged sword. Clusters all the threats into a much more concentrated area. Though, thus far, it's actually been pretty sparse. 2 Sebs, 2 Mantids. Let's see if we can go for a cap. Hey, there we go. Yeah, that's not gonna do it. Especially since they now have hit chances on melee. It's no longer guaranteed stun. Not worth the risk. We'll take him out. Lovely. Okay, let's clear this building. I don't like leaving that cornfield unchecked, but there were no signs of enemy activity the first 2 rounds. We'll focus on building, but keep our ears open. Front room clear. Not seeing any reason to bail just yet. Keep eyes on ship. Walrend can clear the rest. Get Mark on Overwatch. Okay, okay. Hold. Sir? Ma'am? Yeah, apparently that programming to not go in ships doesn't discourage them from walking right up to them. It's weird because, like, in the first couple of missions where I had civilians, when I started the new campaign, it actually did feel like civilians tried to group up around our transport. But that was an abduction mission specifically, so maybe they only do that during abduction missions, and then they're more prone to just panicked flailing in these sorts of missions. Which, to be fair, you know, I can kind of see where they're coming from. Abductees have reason to believe we're rescuing them. Whereas with these folks, we literally shot a giant honkin' spaceship down right on top of their humble little hamlet. We'll start regrouping, but carefully. We're just setting up around the ship. We don't want direct line of sight into it just yet. Not until we're ready. That's where the Mantid bit it. And I think we're good on that field. We'll just ignore it. We'll peel off right, take the ship. And if it turns out there was someone stubbornly hunkered down out there, they'll have to come after us once the ship capture timer starts. I also note we are not hearing hover sounds, so that would certainly imply no Mentarch. Likely died in the crash, but we definitely have Mantids in there. Speaking of which. Yeah, that's why we've got to be careful. Those guys are fast and accurate. Not a great combo for us. But again, very squishy. Let's clear this wall. There we go. Oh, wow, look at that. They did not fare well in this crash. Makes sense, I suppose. I did double tag team them with a pair of interceptors. Though honestly, at this point, I practiced the air minigame so much, I can actually down a destroyer with just one interceptor, as long as we have enough fuel. Got pretty good at using the evasive roll to sort of drift around it to stay in its blind spot while continuously firing. That said, there is actually a con to me now being better at shooting down these UFOs. Because that means that in this campaign we did not have the benefit of capturing one intact. That's a lot of resources we left on the table. This is technically our second destroyer for this campaign, and both were pretty worse for wear. Yeah, maybe move away from the smoldering alien wreckage. Alright, okay, we definitely got at least one more in there. Let's set up an entrance. Oh, enemy in sight. We've got a civilian tucked near the power core. Definitely not a soldier. I'm going to say engineer. Lock him down. Nice. Let's bring everyone else up. Once we've secured the ship, it won't matter if there's more scattered around the map. At that point, we just have to hold for 3 rounds. Oh, and I suppose hope the civilians don't get themselves shot. Honestly, not hearing them get shot in the last couple of turns is the main reason I assume that second cornfield is clear. Goodness knows, if there was something over there that could still kill them, they would have eagerly embraced that opportunity by now. And we're good. Okay, let's carefully make our approach. Target's got cover, but I'd rather not blow it out if we don't have to. I'm fairly certain any terrain we destroy in here comes out of our ultimate yield. Yeah, there's our Mintarch. Died in the crash. That's good news for us. Those are still the deadliest thing we've encountered thus far. You know what? Let's do it like this. Make a wall. Have shotties go first. Lovely. And target capped. Civilian engineer. Though, I do notice we are not done. And given that it did not start the ship secured counter, that very much means we are not secure. Hunker down. Cover doors. Lots of corners for these guys to hide in. Where are you? Okay. Room to room it is. Careful on approach angle. They do love hiding in corners. Okay, fall back. We're overextending. We've cleared center. They've got to be far right or far left, either just inside this other door here, or tucked way over in the far corner behind engineering. So we will set accordingly. That way, if they do decide to pop their head out, they will do so right into a shield and shoddy. We'll also keep eyes on the approach, just in case. Nope, there they are. We've got another civilian non-com, and down he goes. Lovely. Not sure what that one was. Civilian pilot, maybe? But not bad. Gotta say, that was surprisingly easy for a destroyer run. Though we did kill an awful lot of them on the shoot down, so that definitely worked in our favor. Oh wow, yeah. Lighter on caps and medals than I would have liked, but otherwise not bad. No injuries. Less civilian casualties than I thought. I really felt like we had more than one, but I guess it was just Harry. Okay, let's get you guys back to base. Good on time, too. We'll roll right into Exo. Oh, scratch that. Payday. A good 2 mil strong. Very nice. Yeah, we're doing much better on Panic since we have the extra listening posts, which, although they have not led to many additional intercepts, do at least seem to help tamp down on the spiraling panic. Give me a sec. I'm just going to figure what we're doing here real quick. Then we'll roll into that scout mission. Do a quick milk run with Exo. I think our focus this month needs to be getting more interceptors into play. That plus getting training and medical facilities up and running. Sadly, I've had to skimp there because they're significantly more expensive now. That's actually why we ended up with more soldiers this time out, because without a proper med bay, I have to cycle the soldiers a lot more often. There's no quick recoveries. So yeah, 2 med bays plus hangar, plus 3 interceptors. We're talking $3.2 million. Exceeds our current funds, but we can at least get it started. We'll also get some more general gear upgrades in the mix. I actually do have accelerated sniper rifles ready for Exo. They're just currently in transit, so we had to go in without. I've also got accelerated shotties in the works for them, but they weren't ready fast enough. Shoot, I did not mean to come in here at night, but that's fine. I've gotten used to running night ops. Right seems clear. Hold. Let's get another flare out there. Northeast, past the tree line. Unexpected? Okay. Wasn't expecting a train at this junction. Hey, Pump Action Paul. Oh. What's that? Mantid or Secton? Mantid. Boo. Boo. Approach is awkward. We're gonna have to lobby for this one. Soften it up. Clear the cover. Nice. And go for the kill. Too far for shoddy, so we'll go for the burp. Hey, there we go. That's got to be an accuracy bump. And cover right. Okay, okay. Let's see what we got. Where are you headed, Paul? Okay, well. Oh! Oh! Come on, man. Paul and, who was that? Kazorm? You. Alright, okay. That's fine. I'm sure he's fine. Hang it. One round in. Well, technically two, but still. That is immediately starting this training mission off on the wrong foot. Burp. Thank you. Oh, Kazorm. Heavies were next in line to get fitted for Warden armor, too. You dead? Oh, yeah, that looks pretty dead. Well, I'll just be taking that stun gun. Rest in peace, buddy. But you will be avenged, etc., etc., to those who are already dead. We salute you. I mean, honestly, I'm not sure if it actually shows if they are still alive at this point or not. So I suppose, technically, we don't know yet. But the odds aren't in his favor. I actually double-checked that when I started the new campaign. We're running on veteran, so it's a base 10% chance. Unless a character apparently suffers catastrophic damage. I'm guessing that's the whole red mist / blood sausage treatment. But yeah, see, that's exactly what I was talking about. Those mantids are no joke. They are mobile and long-range accurate. Definite game changer, especially since they seem to be the new de facto scout ship crew. With Sectons and Scions otherwise largely just being relegated to abduction missions. Thus far. Alright, well, no time to lick our wounds. This training mission just went off the rails, so we gotta get back on track. I mean, yeah, look at that. Workshop clear, no other mantids in sight. That one mantid killed Paul, rolled out front, and then took out Kazorm as an encore. That is banana bonkers compared to a lot of the other threats we've faced thus far. Hey bud, don't mind me, just grabbing that other energy cell, though I do need to mind my weight. Okay, so Kabuki is not immune to smoke, gotta remember that. We also may need a new heavy for Exo. I'll have to see what we've got in the recruit pool. That should have just reset. And lucky us, we've still got a dozen more volunteers on the waiting list. And I'm sure we'll have plenty of room for more in the future. Lights out. Sneak a peek. Not too far though, let's stay grouped up. Yeah, I was trying to work my way up through the squad. So we've got shields, assaults, and rifles, but not heavies or snipers. Just bad timing. That probably would have saved him. Why don't you hang there, bud? Just keep an eye on things. Oh, shit. Oh my goodness, come on, man. Robovsky? Shield out, no injury. Oh, close. You got this, bud. Come on. Thank you, Book Thief. Let's get eyes on. Shouldn't have any points banked. It put 2 in our shield. Flare out. Oh, no. Right there. Light him up. No way Tally gets close enough. We'll have her camp corner. Yeah, that's not going to work. Push up, hug cover. We'll bait it in. Let's check back, make sure we're clear here. Okay, okay. Looks pretty good. Hold. We'll have Kabuki back you up. Start moving Burp and Book Thief off to the right. Don't want to stretch our guys too thin, but I think it's pretty clear our guys on right need backup. Oh, gosh. I hate this. I hate this. Okay, see, this is starting to feel like a horror movie. Rabovsky at 14. Not bleeding. Fall back. We'll get that patched. Target pinged. Lock it down. And hold. Let's bring Takahashi around. See, I could have probably shotgun rushed with Tally, but that would have also left her stranded out in the open. That just feels like a really bad idea after what we have seen the past couple of turns. Especially since we still have one skittering around over here. Right towards Cyborg Merc. Flare out. Targets in or behind that building. So position accordingly. Where are you? Oh, God. Book tagged. Bleeding out. No luck on the return fire. All aboard. How was that for unpalatable? Jerk. One left here. No clean shot. Trim the bush. Oh, you guys are killing me. There we go. Thank you, Takahashi. And clear corner. Dead civvy, but otherwise clear. Yeah. Kind of overextended there right at the end, but calculated risk. Better to expose Tally than have a Mantid on our flank and not know it. Pretty well established at this point that those guys are nasty buggers. Hold. Okay. No skittering, no hover sounds. Yard seems clear. Start pushing ship. But, proceed with caution. Flare out. Clear. Lavrovsky, circle wide. Come on, Tally. Okay, yeah. Last few stragglers must be hunkered in the ship. Push up, hug cover. Man, that, hard to believe I came into this thinking this was going to be a milk run, only for us to end up with a turn 1 casualty. Frickin' Mantids, man. Totally De-Mantid. Hold here. Light the approach. Hi there. Okay, 2. We've got 2 Mantids. Both clustered near door. Oh, but we're too far to capitalize. If we were a little closer... Well, no, if we were closer, they would have fired on us. And as we have seen, those Mantid rifles can chew up a shield in just 2-3 hits. But we do now know there are at least 2 in there, so that is something. We'll play the line of sight game. Keep most of our guys tucked out of immediate view. On approach. Set up long-range fire support here, just in case they peek again. Rabovski's still in the fight. We're just playing it safe with him. He's here to open doors and maybe take a pot shot if the opportunity presents itself. Originally, I was going to have him circle all the way back around to grab the grenade launcher off Kazorm, but I decided that would take too long. That aside, we don't want to blow up our salvage, if we can help it. Any more than we already have, that is. Hold. Okay, they're just hunkering down now. We'll push right up on the door, but we won't breach until next turn. We're just setting up. Prepping guns. Ready to go in heavy. Leave that slight gap for our snipers to work with. No way Erica hits from back there. Well, we'll bring her up. That's fine. Hold. Oh, you... fuck. One out. We have a Mentark. Come on. Shield out. Cyborg bleeding. Holy shit. Okay, hold on. Okay. Cyborg Merc, badly injured, about to bleed out. Tally got winged pretty bad, too. But not bleeding. We have 3 left inside. 2 Mantids and a Mentark. The Mentark's the big problem. But they're all clustered. Lock them down. Yes, thank you. Okay, let's do some damage control here. Though whatever we do, we have to get Cyborg patched. Or he will die. Which means Burp has to do it. How are we on that sniper cover? Oh, of course. Wrong angle. I would have positioned him closer, but I was just worried about leaving him out in the open, you know? Much like Kazorm, the snipers are still rocking standard tactical. Oh, how do we salvage this? Crap. One out. Two left. No smokes on tap. Could take out the other Mantid, but someone's eating a shot from that Mentark. Kabuki's at full health in Warden gear. Could potentially tank a shot. Oh, Rabovsky, buddy. But I can't really blame you for being rattled. This became a shit show in no time flat. Kabuki, up front and center. Sorry. Really hoping this works out for you. Let's bring the snipers up. We're all in. Book Thief tagged. Oh, yeah. That did not feel great, but hey, look at that. Kabuki's still on her feet. Alright, can we please finish this? Eight stun, we'll take it. Rabovsky. $24, okay. Need to make sure we take out the Mantid. Oh, come on. $24, okay, we'll take it. That's 24 on each. Crank the door. Erica? Keeping tally in reserve for a potential finisher, but here we go. Mentark at 40. Come on, guys. One more. Cyborg, you got this? Oh, my goodness, guys. Why? Oh, wait. What? You know what? I'm not going to question it. Come on, Raiders. We're going home. Bug off. Oh, boy. My goodness, that was a nightmare. And to think, I thought this was going to end up being a milk run. That's why we went in so light. You know, half rookies, no specialty gear, etc. If I'd realized it was going to be that serious, I would have just gone in heavy with Phoenix. But no, I just had to try to eke out some extra experience. Which, to be fair, I mean... Oh, shit. R.I.P. Kazorm. There you have it. There's our first confirmed casualty. We beat the odds the first two times around, but third time's the charm. Lucky episode 13. But, you know, aside from that and the gallery of grisly wounds and 1 month recovery times, at least we pulled a fair few medals from that. And some decent stat growth. Definitely going to have to do some recruiting. Exo's going to be pretty light after this. That's 5 people out for almost a month. Rabovsky back in slightly sooner, but still quite a wait. You know what? Maybe we'll prioritize the med bays. That's 1.5 mil, but we are getting to the point where we're sorely in need of them. that would not only expedite recovery time, but also further increase our survival chance. That would leave us enough for one interceptor. That'd be number 4 on Exo. Okay, well, that was horrifying, but also exhilarating. You know, it is nice to actually get some pushback, especially after things were feeling a bit too easy back in Milestone 3. Pour one out for Kazorm. The first to grace our KIA list. And I'm sure not our last. But hey, again, if you would also like to throw your name in the hat and become fresh meat for the grinder, just let me know in the comments below and I'll be happy to add you to the list. Service guarantees citizenship. Would you like to know more? Anyway, casualty aside, that was fun. It's nice to see some new threats on the battlefield and actually feel like I'm under pressure for once. That's not to say it was a complete cakewalk back in Milestone 3, but, you know, it definitely did feel like it was on the easier side. That said, we'll hit the pause button for now. I'll get some new projects started, probably those med bays, and peruse the recruits list, see who else we can draft. And we will pick up here next time. See you then. Oh, and special thanks to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible, including but not limited to Eerie V23, Revenant, Alois, CrowkingLoR, Dragon Matrix 7, Drakiith, EgonAlter, Exsellsior, Gottlieb, James Trimmier, Kazorm, Mark Giemza, Nathan Welch Jr., OverlordPherom, RandomPassrby, RobbyB, Tomasz Piątkowski, Triphoppenskip, and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, if you'd also like to help support the channel, then feel free to push the buttons that do the things. Trust me, it does make a difference. Or you could even check out the PayPal, the Patreon, the Nexus GG, or the YouTube memberships. Links are in the description.